Welcome to Season 3 of The Breakdown, the official podcast of the Breakaway Roping Journal and calfroping.com. This season, we're diving into both the breakaway and calf roping like never before, bringing you the personalities, successes, and horses that make these events great.
You can expect training tips from the top ropers, stories from the road, and industry news that goes beyond the numbers.
I'm Taylor Vollen, your calf roping host.
And I'm Lillian Kent, your breakaway host.
And this is The Breakdown.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Breakaway Breakdown. This is Lillian, and this week we are diving into the 2024 Horse of the Year predictions presented by Purina. I sent out a bunch of texts to my breakaway girls and got their thoughts on who the 2024 Horse of the Year should be. But before we dive into those snippets, I want to take us a little bit back and discuss the history behind the Horse of the Year award. There are actually two Horse of the Year awards. There is the Professional's Choice Horse of the Year award at the WPRA World Finals, which is awarded every year in Waco. And then there's also the AQHA Breakaway Roping Horse of the Year, which was first awarded in 2021. For the AQHA Breakaway Roping Horse of the Year award, it is a voted award, and voting will open on September 20th, which is this Friday, to the top 25 in the WPRA World Standings as of Friday. And as you may have guessed, since we've only given this award out since 2021, we only have 3 horses who have won this award. Now, No Wimpy Turns, or Anna, Shelby Bosley Medjed's horse, has taken that title 2 out of the 3 times. She won it its first year in 2021 when Shelby went into the NFBR in the number 1 position, and Sawyer Gilbert ended up winning the world championship that year, but Anna was the top lady that year. 2022, it went to Baby Bullet, or Baby, who's owned by Joey Williams. And then last year, no surprise, it went back to No Wimpy Turns, Miss Anna, who broke so many records with Shelby in the saddle. Definitely won the world championship by a landslide, and just an amazing year for those two. So the little clips you're going to hear are people's guesses for this award. But before that, we are going to hear from Miss Joey Williams talk about the Horse of the Year award, some of the ins and outs that you may not have realized about the award, and just get a little bit more of the feel of it. Before we jump into the episode, I do need to give a shout out to Purina and their new Ration balancer. You'll hear a little bit more about that at the break, but for now, it's time to rope. Let's go. Well, good evening, Joey. Thank you for taking some time to chat about Horse of the Year things on the Breakdown podcast.
Well, thanks for having me.
In this podcast, we've kind of got, a lot of opinions from people, a lot of different perspectives on Horse of the Year things. But I think you have a really special perspective just because you have walked that Horse of the Year road. Looking back at 2022, what was it like kind of going through the year? Were you thinking about Horse of the Year at all?
Obviously everyone thinks their horse is super special, but when you get to, vote on it amongst your peers and you find out that all of the girls you rope alongside all year long also thinks your horse is special, it's pretty hard to replace a feeling like that. And so, me and our family has always thought highly of Baby, and she's just one of those mares that tries so hard, and we all thought that she might have a chance, but it's such a prestigious award to actually get that you obviously don't just assume you're going to win it ever. And so, when I got the call from, I don't remember who called, but I was ecstatic. Especially for us where we raise and train most of our own horses and stuff, I think that's just makes it so much more special when you put in so much work on one like I said, my father-in-law had been putting together these bloodlines for years and years. And so when it kind of all comes together like that, it's probably the most special award, something like our family has ever won in the horse industry. So to me, that might have been cooler than winning Cheyenne and Pendleton, it's just that special to our family.
Yeah, because Horse of the Year is something that kind of permeates everything else. Like it seems more permanent almost.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, there's so many girls that rope good out there, and there is a lot of really good horses going too. But like I said, when your peers vote for your horse, that's about as special as it gets.
Did you cry when you got the news?
For sure. And I'm pretty sure I cried again in Vegas when we got the award. So
yeah. Okay. So I believe it's top 25 get to vote on horse of the year, and then WPRA tallies that all up. And then you said that you guys get to go to a banquet and it's with everybody else.
Yeah. So for a breakaway roper, it's pretty neat because it's at the South Point in Vegas, during the NFR, and they recognize the breakaway horse of the year right alongside the barrel horse, all the roping event horses, and they have all the stock contractor awards and everything. So, there's a lot of all the, special things that happen in our industry get awards that night. So it's pretty cool to, get recognition alongside everybody else.
And where does that bronze that you get sit in your house?
So it's just right by the fireplace.
Perfect focal point. Awesome. So for someone who hasn't heard Baby's story, could you give us a really quick little rundown on her?
Yeah, so she, like I said, she was born and raised at our place, and she was just, I think we were actually just talking the other day. We had 13 colts the year that she was born, and she's actually the youngest by our late stud, Frenchman's Bullet, our family stud. And so she's the last full crop we had by him, and you could tell she was going to be special from the beginning. Well, she had already had siblings that we had really liked in the past, that we had rode, so we knew she was going to be a good one, and she was relatively easy. We do laugh about some of the moments we've had with her, but she was relatively easy from day one, and just the type of horse that, was pretty willing, and, I don't know, I can't say enough good things about her. She has totally changed our lives. She's taken us places that we never would have even dreamed of going. So, we're pretty, like I said before in lots of podcasts, but I feel like I owe most of my success, or not, if not all of it, to her.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And remind me, have y'all bred her yet?
Yes, we have quite a few babies out of her. Her oldest is 5, and we have a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, a yearling, and a baby. And then we have 3 on the way for next year. So yeah. Wow. And we are really liking our colts. They've been a lot of fun. So.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing some babies in the breakaway pen.
Yeah, hopefully. That's the plan anyways. Yeah.
So in your opinion, out of the horses that you've seen hauling this year, who are some of your top picks for horse of the year?
Well, it's a good thing that they let us vote 3 times. I don't know if everyone realizes that, but everyone in the top 25 gets to pick their top 3 horses, I guess. And so, like I said, it's a good thing they give us 3 choices, because there are just so many nice horses going these days. And I feel like this year, where Josie has won on so many different setups on Dutch, I feel like it's hard not to vote for him. And there's a lot of good horses going. So, like I said, it's a good thing they give us 3 votes.
Okay, I didn't realize that. I thought everybody was just turning in 1 vote.
Yeah, no, we all vote our top 3, and then they tally them up, and that's how they pick their winner. So
okay. Yeah, and then let's talk about horsepower a little bit, because it's just getting crazier and crazier out there.
Oh, for sure.
And you got the horses that they read your throw, but in the best way. They're like on your side.
Yeah, and I think too, what we ask breakaway horses to do, a lot of the best ones, they are reading your throw so well to get that really quick break. But, most of the good ones are still honest. And if you need to take that extra swing and get up in there, they're going to do their job for you. And for me, one of the most important things that I look for in a really nice breakaway horse is, how they score, how flat they come across the line, that gives you the chance to get up in your saddle and get the momentum. I feel like that's so important for them to score flat and run so hard up in there. And then, be honest, obviously shut the clock down, start to read your throw. But if you need a little extra from them, to have it there. So it's a lot to ask of them, what we try to do on them. I think the important thing to note is, there's lots of really good horses that can go and have great runs all day long, but the elite horses that allow you to win on different types of setups and can shut the clock down so fast, that's where you really get your separation of, just a really good horse versus a really great horse.
And I'm just thinking back to you and Baby. I know y'all won it in 2022, but last year you guys won Cheyenne and Pendleton, which are two very difficult setups and
Yes.
a little different than everything else we see. How hard is it for someone who maybe doesn't understand the intricacies of breakaway horses for them to go from short setup to long setup and succeed in both?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people don't understand that because we go week to week out there. If you're rodeoing hard in, a lot of times we don't get to practice in between. So, I mean, I can just think of circuit rodeos, for example. You might go to a setup that's nod and ride, and the next time you go somewhere, it might be shoulder around the gate, and you just have to have a horse that you can trust to sit there, and they're so in tune with your left hand that they're going to cue off whatever you ask them to do at every different setup. And especially in extreme cases like Cheyenne and Pendleton, I mean, those are extreme cases, and
Yes.
you really have to have a horse you can trust at both of those places for sure.
This podcast is supported by Purina Animal Nutrition with 3 research-backed ration balancers to fill nutritional gaps in your horse's diet. Enrich Plus delivers a concentrated source of protein, vitamins, and minerals without unnecessary calories. Enrich Plus Senior features active age prebiotic technology and Outlast supplement for aging easy keepers. Omega Match is rich in omega-3 fatty acids and vitamin E, which is great for horses without access to green grass. Find a ration balancer for your horse at purinamills.com/ration balancers or visit your local feed store. Now, back to the episode. Okay, and now we are going to jump into the quick little snippets from the gals inside the top 30 or so in the WPRA standings. Special thanks to the ladies who sent voice memos back. I super appreciate y'all's participation, and we will see who the Horse of the Year vote will go to.
Hi, this is Maddie Durman. I think Horse of the Year should be Josie Connor's horse, Dutch. I think that horse does such a great job of breaking the rope off fast without taking Josie's throw away from her.
Hi, I'm Madeline Richards, and I think the 2024 Horse of the Year should be Macy Young's Boomer because he is undoubtedly the fastest horse out there and gives her a chance to win every single time.
Hi, my name is Brady Good, and I think that Horse of the Year should go to Dutch. He's owned and ridden by Josie Connor. I think that they've had one of the most extraordinary years. It's been really fun to watch. He's such a cool horse. He gives her a chance to win almost every time that she nods her head, and that's why I think that he should be Horse of the Year.
Hey, I'm McKenna Hickson, and I think Horse of the Year should be Dutch. I think he has been amazing all year. He has let Josie win a lot of money, and she has roped her butt off all year, and he's been consistent every time I've seen him, and he just tries so hard every time, and I think that's worth a lot.
Hey, this is Jill Tanner, and I think Dutch of Josie Connors should be Horse of the Year. They together have completely dominated, and I think that they both deserve the credit for it.
Hey, it's Haley Williams. I would have to say my pick probably would be Dutch, who is owned by Josie Connor this year. They've been on fire, and those are hard to beat when the girl and the horse are just getting along, and it didn't matter if it was long setup, short setup, they were just in tune, and so I think definitely his name is for sure in the top.
Hey, I'm Ricky Fanning, and I think Horse of the Year should be Josie Connor's horse, Dutch, because these last couple months, these two have been unstoppable, and it's been so fun to sit back and watch the horse and how he does in any setup that you put him in, from long scores to short scores, and he's just so cool, calm, and collected all the time, and he's a winner.
This is JJ Hampton, and I know the Horse of the Year should be Dutch, owned by Josie Connor. Josie Connor has dominated all summer. That horse has scored and gave her a shot every time she has run. And I think there's seriously something wrong if Dutch does not win it.
Well, that's it for our Horse of the Year episode. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you again to Purina for supporting today's episode. We will catch you next week with another rendition of the Tie Down Breakdown as we continue to move towards the end of the 2024 regular season. Catch you guys later.